I found out my wife cheated on me 7 years ago. So my wife and I are high school sweethearts. We got together when we were just 14 and stayed together through college. We were faithful to each other the whole time and it became a major value in our relationship. After college, we lived apart for a year. In that time, she told me she felt it would be best if we saw other people for a while to experience it and that if it was meant to be, we'd get back together. During this time, we both saw a few people and eventually reconnected. I had slept with 5 girls, she with 3 guys. All of it was passionless and empty. We had an incredible relationship afterwards and got married 6 years later. All in all, we've been together 17 years. I thought we had the perfect relationship until yesterday. Our dog, which I got when we started dating, died last week at 17, almost 18 years. For whatever reason, the topic of our break came up, which I've always told people was this really healthy thing we did. She said one of the people she was with was multiple times. I asked if it was someone I knew. Lo and behold, it was one of my friends from high school. She had started cheating with him before our break and orchestrated our healthy break as a cover-up for her cheating. She had sex with him for months, without a condom, always been a big deal for me, and then never told me about it. After this, a lot happened. I lost my mom, we got engaged, I lived with her parents, we eloped, we had a huge wedding, we traveled the world, we started business together. It has been so great. I'm completely devastated that she never told me all this time. I had to pry the truth out of her. I thought just a few days ago that what we had was perfect. Now I feel completely alone, I have no idea what to do. We go on runs daily, we have trips planned, we were trying for kids. She's really worked on herself all of these years and I truly don't think she's that person anymore, but I'm so hurt and confused and angry. I don't know what to do. I am so sorry. One of the saddest aspects here is that the op has been putting great faith in what is now seen to be a manufactured lie. That their healthy break was a mutually agreed upon respite. Why do people do this to others they allegedly love? Op, I don't envy your next month. Stay true to you. My fiancé cheated 6 years ago. Her best friend just exposed her. My brain is still reeling from what happened yesterday, so bear with me in case my post seems not very organized. I, 30 male, have been together with my fiancé, 32 female, for almost 7 years now and we are about to get married in March next year. She has known her best friend for even longer than that. I think they go back 12-13 years at least. So they had known each other even when she was dating her ex. Now to the incident on hand. Yesterday we were having dinner with her best friend and I saw they were having some tension, but I didn't pay much heed to it as friends fight sometimes. When we were getting back and I was driving as they both were drunk and started arguing. My fiancé was telling her to break up with her boyfriend as he had cheated on her a few times. And as they kept arguing, her best friend suddenly said that I should also break up with her then, seeing how she had cheated on me in the first year of our relationship. It hit me like a lightning bolt, like what the fuck just happened? I could see they both were shocked too as they went silent. I asked my fiancé later if it's true and she admitted yes, she did cheat on me with her ex as she was still in love with him then and wanted to get back together with him. But she felt really guilty after cheating and decided to put her energy into our relationship and cut all contact with him. She says she is extremely sorry, but when I asked why didn't she tell me, she told me that she was scared I would leave her. But she swears she has never cheated again and she is even ready to take a lie detector test to prove it. I would like some advice on how to proceed. Right now I am staying at my friend's place to take some space from her. But what to do about our engagement and upcoming marriage? Shall I cancel? I want to ask you to step back. The advice she gave her friend was to break up with the boyfriend because he cheated. Why is that good advice to her friend but doesn't apply to her? Yes, it is great she is willing to take a test now, but that doesn't erase what she did. You will need to determine if you can actually move past being cheated on and won't bring it up in the future or have any concerns about it again. She held down that tidbit for 6 years, so it wouldn't be hard to do it again. This is going to sound harsh, but it needs to be said. She had been dating you for a year, and that entire time, she didn't want to be with you, she wanted to get back with her ex. Then she went as far as acting on it and slept with him. For whatever reason, she realized it wasn't what she was expecting, so she hid her behavior from you for 6 years. You're never going to be able to trust her again. Do yourself a favor and cut your losses. Coworker is being pushy. How do I politely keep saying no to them? We're both trainees and have been assigned a task to do together. The thing is, our supervisor gave us a deadline for next Tuesday and told us to only do preliminary calculations and not the whole thing. My coworker and I have already worked on the introduction part of the report and now split the calculations between us. But he wants us to get together outside of work to compare results and stuff and move on to the actual calculations. I told him I was unavailable and he said okay. But then, he brought it up again and said that we really need to advance with our work, the earlier the better. I reiterated that I wasn't available and he asked me what I was so busy with. I was tongue-tied at the spot and told him I'm going back to my mom's house. He said oh okay. Now I found a text from him saying we can have a Zoom call even if I'm over at my parents' house. And I don't know what to do. I'm feeling cornered by this person. How do I politely tell him just no, I'm not doing extra work for nothing and that I'm simply unavailable? If he asks why I can't do a Zoom call again, what do I tell him? Edit. Thank you everyone. I've sent him an email that basically says, I saw your text. That doesn't work for me. We'll discuss what to do on Monday. P.S. Please contact me on here instead of my phone from now so we can keep a clear conversation trail. My stomach is still tied in knots until now after sending it, but I'll get over it, thank you. Just tell him, that doesn't work for me. I'll see you on Monday, and stop replying. Tell him your hours at work are for this, that you won't be answering further. Then turn off notifications for the weekend. You haven't actually said no to the task. You keep kicking the can down the road. Maybe look up, askers versus guessers. Let him know you want the Monday check-in before moving on. Be more direct. Why has he got your number and why is he able to Zoom you out of work? Maybe it's my age, but I won't put my work email on my personal phone and absolutely won't have any communication with work colleagues outside the office. They are people I am forced to spend 8 hours a day with, they are not friends. Block his number. You don't need it. You can talk to him in work, you don't need to talk to him out of work. My girl put us on Life 360. She is toxic as fuck. I can't take this shit anymore, she has so many insecurities I can't even have time to myself. She wants to hang out every single day and I have no time to myself. Every time I want time she always assumes I'm cheating. How can I get around this? I seriously never understand how people will describe their partners in this way and then ask, how do I get around it? How can I fix this? You can't control what she does, you can only control what you do. So control your legs and walk away. If you aren't happy with her, then break up. If you don't want to be on Life 360, remove yourself from Life 360. You can't fix this. You certainly can't get around it. She needs to decide it's not healthy, and she needs to change, probably with professional help. The most you can do is what you do with any very damaged partner. Tell her this isn't working for you. Ask whether she sees it differently, and make a decision whether you stay or go based on her reaction to what you feel. Sounds like you need to not have a girlfriend. Not a single response from Op. How old are you? Do you feel insecure in yourself? Do you think you'll be forever alone? You think this the best you can do?